who knows which song, according to our series, which is I Need the Different Version. Yes, Summer Hits at KDM. Who knows which song I picked? We're gonna do it again. For those who stayed for a second service, it's gonna be the same song as Sieva picked. So do it again by Elevation Worship. I absolutely love this song. It starts on a kind of melancholic way. It's kind of this slow song, but it's a powerful proclamation in disguise. And slowly it gets more dynamic, and it ends on a high note, which I absolutely love the proclamation. And I wanted to explore with you what that song is really about. And I called my sermon, and I think that song says about the edge. And what is the edge? What is your first connotation? If you've been here a couple times at least, you probably saw me on a guitar. So as a guitarist, I need to use that opportunity to play you some real music. So I prepared with the media team a first song that actually is very closely related to edge as a word. So who knows what the kind of band, what is the band name? Yes, that's you too. But we don't want that kind of Sunday today. I think our random generator can pick a much better song for today, and that would be... Okay, hold on.
In return for grace, it's a beautiful day.
Oh yes, it's a beautiful day, isn't it? I absolutely love it. Okay, so if you don't know that, the guitarist in that band, his nickname is The Edge. And there's no U2 without Bono. Yes, he's a frontman, but there's an entire band behind him. And without Edge, there wouldn't be U2 in my name. But I'm biased because I'm a guitarist. Okay, so we're going to talk about The Edge. And I want us, since we are in church, I want us to open the Bible for at least a moment. And there's a fantastic story about The Edge in 2 Kings, chapter 6, and verses 1 to 7. It's a story of an edge. And it starts like that. The company of a prophet said to Elijah, "Look, the place where we meet with you is too small for us. Let us go to Jordan where," oh my God, it's wiggling, "where each of us can get a pole, and let us build a place there for us to meet." And he said, "Go." Then one of them said, "Won't you please come with your servants?" "I will," Elijah replied. And he went with them. They went to the Jordan and began to cut down the trees. As one of them was cutting down a tree, the iron axe head fell into the water. "Oh no, my lord," he cried out. "It was borrowed." The man of God asked, "Where did it fall?" When he showed him this place, Elijah cut a stick, threw it in there, and made the iron float. "Lift it out," he said. Then the man reached out his hand and took it. Okay, it's clearly a story that has a couple key components, but one of the things that I want to highlight there is the need for an edge in life. Because just as you can't have an axe, a tool that can cut down the tree without an edge, a sharp edge that can actually do its job, what it's supposed to do, and cut things, it's the same thing in life. You can't really have a successful life without the edge. And I want to tell you a story where edge is actually a thing, and you really have to have it. So, not so long time ago, I got interested in investing in speculative markets like stock options, stock market, futures. Yeah, I don't want to lose you. I'm not going to get into too many deals and too deep into that, but I could. Those who know me, I could. But the entire journey started amazing, but at the same time, it was the worst kind of start that anybody could experience. I put some money, that was my initial investment, and guess what happened? No, I quadrupled it. How amazing is that? It was so easy, and what happens then? You already see yourself in a Lamborghini. You already sing the song and play the song. Your top song in your playlist is "I Want to Be a Millionaire" because you're so close to that. I mean, few days, quadrupling the money, that's so easy, right? Everybody can do that. And what assured me that everybody can do that is my YouTube all of a sudden started to suggest me certain videos about successful traders, and everybody's, you know how YouTube is. When it's gonna pick that you're interested in something, the algorithms are gonna propose you only those content that you're interested in. And it's gonna assure you, oh, that's the right way. And I thought this is an amazing journey. I didn't need to know anything. I'm just clicking buy and it goes up. When I want to do the short stay, I'm clicking sell and things are going cheaper, so I can make money. And it worked for a day or two. Guess what happened with all my profits? I lost it within a couple of days. Guess what happened with my initial investment? I lost it. I wasn't that happy back then. So what I've learned is trading is a simple activity. You hit buy or sell, and it's very easy. But it's actually entire job. It's like an occupation. You have to learn how to do things. You have to learn how things work in order to be, and that's a key word, consistently profitable, right? Because otherwise, anybody can win a Powerball, Lotto, whatever, the numbers game, whatever, it's a lottery. Like, everybody can win, but the chances are very skinny. It's like 1 to several million or something like that. It depends. So I started to dig into the details, what is needed there. I was kind of hooked because I saw it could work, but I want to learn why and how I can make it work. So that started my trading journey. I obviously try to avoid those YouTube videos that everybody makes things so easy, right? I mean, YouTube is the worst place to look for motivation. I mean, you can get that spike, that emotional spike where you're gonna feel excited, but then life happens, right? And you're gonna live from one video to another video, and you're gonna have those spikes, right? So I just wanted to reach out and find a resource that's gonna teach me something that is coming from someone that is experienced, someone that has been doing that for at least a couple of years. And so markets going up, markets being rubbish, and still remain consistently profitable. So I've started to learn about things like psychology of trading, risk management, how to handle emotions, yada, 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 yada. There's a lot. I mean, no wonder. Right now, I don't know why people are spending years before they're getting to a place where I actually can make a decent living out of that, because there's an entire process that they need to go through. But one thing that everybody says is the most important thing in trading that makes all the difference is what it's called the edge. You really need to have the edge to make money. And in trading, the edge is that slight tip of the odds into your favor. And that means if the odds are in your favor, unlike it is with the lottery games or in casino, over time, when you're going to repeat the same thing according to your strategy, you're going to win. Because odds in the long run are in your favor. So that's the edge in trading, and it's absolutely necessary. It's a must-have. Otherwise, you're either going to be gambling, like I did in the beginning, or you're going to be consistently losing. There's going to be a first important part. There's going to be consistency, but the trend is not going to be the one that you want, right? So the edge makes all the difference. And in that story, the edge was needed to cut down the pulse. Why that was important? Because they found out that they outgrew the place that they were in, right? And they needed to move on to the next place where they can grow further. So it was necessary for their growth, that tool. Without an edge, they couldn't cut down the pole, and they couldn't move forward. So the edge is something that you need in your life, and the edge makes all the difference. And just as you can't be a successful lumberjack without a sharp axe, without an edge, you cannot be a successful trader without an edge. It's not like just placing bets. I mean, it would be gambling. And just as placing bad traits doesn't make you a real trader. Religious activities doesn't make you any good, doesn't do you any good if you don't have your spiritual edge. And that song that we've been singing not so long time ago, and again, we're going to do it again because that song kind of tells us to do, right? We're going to sing that song at the end. That song is about the edge that we all have in life, that we can have. Because what is the spiritual edge that I mean? Well, some could say that this is faith, right? Because faith is necessary in the relationship between us and God. But faith, I dare to say that faith alone is vain, it's incomplete, right? Because I did put my trust in the stock market that I can win, and I won once and then I lost. And we can put in our faith, we can trust in things and people, and it doesn't necessarily mean that there's anything good that is going to happen out of that. Because for the faith to work, on the other side, on the other end, there has to be the faithful one. And this is what changes the thing. This is what actually makes that faith works. You need the faithful one. And Bible says that there is a faithful one, and that's God. In 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 9, we read such a verse, such an amazing verse. God is faithful, who has called you into fellowship with Son, Jesus Christ, our Lord. And that's the faithful one that we can trust with everything. That's the faithful one that we sing about in the song, that we proclaim that He is faithful and He never failed and He's going to do it again. What He's going to do it again? What He's going to do again? He's going to be faithful. He's going to deliver on His promises. And that's the edge. So unlike this with trading, the edge is not what, it's not a strategy. The edge, the spiritual edge, is who, and He has a name, and His name is Jesus. So no one is born with edge. The edge has to be borrowed in that story. So and it kind of explains that, or kind of tells us rather, that it had to be pretty expensive. I mean, back then, I imagine that they didn't have Castorama or Home Depot, and, well, I lost the edge. I lost my axe. I'm going to get another one. It's not like there are no axes in the Castorama. It has to be borrowed to do the job. In a trading edge has to be developed. You have to spend time. You have to learn. You have to be willing to learn. You have to spend your resources. With a spiritual edge, you develop that edge by having and developing relationship with the edge, with the one, like His name is Jesus. But, as we read in the story, the edge can be lost. And that's the tricky part about life. Sometimes life just happens. Sometimes life is too much going on. It's easy to misplace your edge when there is this abundance and overflow of things that are fighting for our attention, when there are challenges, when there are problems. It's not like we don't have any problems these days. I mean, we've got pretty big ones, really close to us, where we are right now. Sometimes, out of desperation, we are chopping through whatever is ahead of us to clear the path to our breakthrough, and we are so desperate that we are losing the strength, and we are dropping the edge because we can't go any further. Sometimes it's just discouragement because things do seem to not work at all. And that's life. Life happens. It's easy to lose your edge. But that's not the end of the story. Because the edge, wherever you lost it, it's right there. You know, did you notice what was the prophet's question? Where did it fall? it's exactly where it falls. And the amazing thing about God is you can pick from where you left the last time. He's ready. He is there. May I ask band on the stage, please? Because I want to use that song as our prayer and proclamation. That's a pretty powerful song. That's a pretty powerful song. Yeah, I'm just buying time because they are just walking slow. So, the edge can be lost, but that's not the end of the story. The edge has to be found because, as I said before, no one is born with an edge. And you know, if you never discovered your spiritual edge before, you know where it is? Right there, where it's a fresh start for you. It's near you. It's not like something you have to do to pass a challenge. You know, there's the thing about trading. You can get funded. That's amazing because someone is going to trust you with the money, but you have to pass the challenge. There's no such thing when it comes to God. He's there. He paid for that quote-unquote challenge with what he did on the cross. He paid the price. And he's there where the fresh start is for you if you never started or decided to start the journey with God before. He's there with open arms. So God is one prayer away. He's right there when you met with him last time. Whether it was today or 2 years ago, or maybe never. He's one prayer away. And he is my edge. His edge, the ultimate edge of many people here. Just as Pastor Zibi asked, who was healed by God? Who got a financial miracle? Those were the people that experienced and know who is the ultimate edge. And that's the story that you can start in your life. And what I wanted us to do is when the band is going to play that song, when finally there's going to be lyrics and they're going to actually sing, to pray with that song. Because that song can change your life. Can be a start that you wished for. Can be a place where you can find your edge and just pull through and just get to your breakthrough and proclaim that he's faithful because he never changed. He's the same. And he's doing that all over again. He's faithful. He will deliver on his promises. And he's right here. And that's the most amazing thing. So pick yourself up. Shake your past off. Just make a step one after another. There's going to be a voice that's going to tell you that you are not worthy, that things aren't working, that who are you? But there's another voice that I want you to start and decide to listen to. The voice that tells you, I won your battles. Maybe certain walls didn't fall yet, but the battle is already won. That song says that his promises still stand, that great is his faithfulness, that we are still in his hands. And this is where my confidence is, that he never failed me yet, and he will not fail you ever. And he's your edge, and if the battle is won, you can take a stand and decide to dare, to do it again, to breathe again, to hope again, to give again, to trust again, to love again, to fight again, to rise again. So many agains. Add your thing and just do it again.